are a champion of the world. To become a champion, what is your definition of that? Is it winning? Is it trophies? Is it medals? Is it money? Is it fame? Is it fortune? Is it fans? What does being a champion mean to you? And it's a very special question for me because I live with a world champion. My gorgeous husband, K-Man, is now multiple, and when I say multiple, over 50 times gold medalist world champion in martial arts. Obviously this room tells that story. But he will share with you very passionately as what I'm focusing on every day. Is it more important to be a great person than it is to be a great athlete? And wouldn't it be nice, even if you were a great athlete, that you were also a great person? And I'm sure you've seen both. You've seen elite athletes who are horrible people and elite athletes who are beautiful people. So what's your definition of a champion? What's your definition of a beautiful person? And is it important to you? Do you want to be a beautiful person? If you have children, if you're a parent, a teacher, a coach, boss, leader, pastor, do you want to live the example of what a nice person is, and how would you define that? And as an old lady, I live in a world now that never ceases to amaze me every single day, and I'm very hesitant almost now to go out into the world. I live in the South Island of New Zealand, out in the arse end of nowhere, and the days that I have to go out and see the world now, it's always, I put my tough lady's clothes on and my tough skin back on, because I have to deal with things that I don't understand. Things like manners, please, thank you, I appreciate that you did that for me. Open the door for somebody, help somebody carry something, just a big happy smiley face. I've run health clubs all over the world. I've literally been a manager in health clubs in half a dozen different countries. And my biggest thing of running a health club was always making people feel special and making them feel welcome. I find it very difficult to understand the concept of a 24-hour gym. I call them vending machines, where you swipe your card in, go to the gym, do your thing and go. And there's no happy smiley face there to welcome you and make you feel special. So that's, again, my question. That might not be important to you. I might be an old lady who thinks it's important to add value to the world. But what is your definition of a great person? So when you walk past somebody, do you eye contact and smile, or do you just walk past and ignore them? And I use this definition regularly. Do you love somebody, hate somebody, or don't care? Or I'll rephrase, what is the opposite to love? And people usually say hate. But love is a very powerful emotion. Hate is a very powerful emotion. Indifference means I don't care either way. And I see a lot of indifference. Because I observe and I watch younger people treating older people like they don't exist. And I often share this now just for fun. Does that lady have an invisible suit on? Do I have an invisible suit on? Are you there? Because sometimes I go into a business and I think I have to tap the person on the head to say, I want to spend some money. Do you know that I exist? Excuse me, this is a very passionate thing for me. I think that perhaps as you get older, because young people look at old people like me and, what does she know? And I'm so important because I'm young. And I was probably like that too, I can't remember. But I don't want to be that person, and I hope that I wasn't that person. I want to treat people with respect, with kindness, with appreciation. I want to be known as a person that's got good manners. I want to be known as a person that adds value to the world. And that's the big question I'm going to ask. When you leave somewhere, when you leave the supermarket, the petrol station, your church, your school, your office, when you leave your home at the beginning of the day, are people happy to see you go, or are they very excited for you to come back? Do you light up a room when you leave or when you walk in? And sadly, I'm sure you have experienced this. There's a lot of people that have this dark cloud around them, and when they walk into a room, it's like the lights go off. And when they leave the room, it's like all the fresh air races back in and the lights come back on again, because they suck the energy out of the room. I'm sure you've heard that. Well, I don't want to have that reputation. I want to be the person that adds value. And I'll share this because it's just a fun story. I live in a very small town, and today I went to the discount store, and I went to the petrol station, and I went to the supermarket. And those three places, because obviously I live in a small town, but I hugged the people at the checkout, I hugged the people at the petrol station, I hugged the people at the big discount store, because I feel like they're my family. I know all about them, because when I go there, it's not, hi, how are you, or just nothing. It's always, tell me about you, what's going on, tell me about your kids, and I know their kids' names and what their kids are doing. and it's just a beautiful experience. Now, that's how I like to live my life, and you might think that's absolutely ridiculous. Why would you hug somebody when you go to the supermarket? But I will share with you that human touch is incredibly important, and this is just something, this is a system for that. It's called ARAUT, A-R-A-U-T. We use it at the Max colleges all the time as a communication tool. Basically, it's the human needs of communication. So we need acknowledgement, which is eye contact and use somebody's name. We need to feel respected. We need to feel accepted. We need to feel understood, and we need to be touched, A-R-A-U-T. So acknowledgement, to learn somebody's name and remember it, and then acknowledge that they're a beautiful human being, or that they're even in the room. That's the thing with, hello, I need to spend some money. Where I go to so many places where it's like, not only there's no acknowledgement, it's literally like I am invisible. And I feel sad for the people that treat other human beings that way, because you're missing out on a lot of experience and a lot of expertise and a lot of just fun stories. If you stop and talk to people, everybody's got a story, and it's so good to find out. Respect. I know we have to earn respect, but I was brought up from a little girl that you respect that somebody's been on the planet for a long time. So that's old people. And I watch too often now where old people are just treated invisibly. And I'm an old lady now, but people that are older than me, I watch that happen, and it makes me sad, because somebody that's lived on the planet for 80, 90, 100 years, they've got great stories to tell. Imagine what they've seen in 80, 90, 100 years. Amazing things that they could share with you if you took the time. We need to feel accepted. And in a world now where if you don't vote a certain way, or eat a certain way, or exercise a certain way, or have a certain religious experience, there's a lot of those groups of people that won't have anything to do with you. They don't accept you because you don't believe the same thing that they do. Is that not sad? And I come to you from a very personal place. I was brought up in a religious Christian environment where Christ-like is how my father explained it to me, is that Christ was accepting of everybody. Now, whether or not you believe in that story, wouldn't it be nice to just, whether somebody's different than you, looks different to you, acts different to you, believes different to you, wouldn't it be nice to accept them for having the right to have that opinion? Wouldn't that be nice? The understanding is a really interesting one, because there's a lot of things I don't understand, and I don't pretend to understand. And I certainly don't, even the people that I have very close to me, I don't understand my husband. He's a man. How could I possibly understand what's going on in a man's brain? So I never pretend that I do. I never say I understand. I always use this very special tool. I don't understand, but I want to, so please talk to me. You own this store. I don't own the store. Let's have a conversation about where we're at. I don't understand where you're coming from, but I want to. You have lived on the planet for 100 years. I don't understand that because I haven't. So I would love to hear your story. I'm a very old lady and you're a teenager. I don't understand where you're coming from. How could I possibly understand? But I want to, so please talk to me. So acknowledgement, respect, acceptance, understanding, and then of course touch, which is why I always shake hands. I love to cuddle. The importance of touch. People who don't get touched have very, very sad lives, and there's been some very interesting research done on that, on how important it is to have, well, your body produces oxytocin, which is the love drug, when you cuddle, when you kiss, when you pat your puppy dog, when you interact with other people, and when you are touched and when you touch other people. Your brain produces a beautiful chemical to say, it's called a happy drug. Serotonin is a happy drug, so it makes you feel good. So if you don't get kissed and cuddled, if you don't have that, and all I'm asking is this, if you don't have people in your life who kiss and cuddle you, please rescue an animal. It doesn't matter what it is, whether it's a horse or a chicken or a rat or a dog or a cat. There are so many animals in the world, and animals give off a large amount of oxytocin. So if you cuddle an animal, it's going to make you feel good. So ARAUT, A-R-A-U-T, acknowledgement, respect, acceptance, understanding, and touch. Wouldn't it be nice if, as humans, we could put those into our toolbox for having a great life? Could that make you a champion of life, a champion, beautiful person, regardless of how many medals or trophies or money or fame or fortune or fans that you've got? Wouldn't it be nice to be a nice person?